Hi, Etta and Poppy, and anyone else who's watching. I hope you're having a great day or night or whatever time of day it is. I have two books today, and they are both about being kind. And this first one is one of my favorites, and the second one is a new one I hadn't read before. So first one is called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? Look at that title. Look at those pictures. What do you think's happening there? Do you think they feel good? Do you think they feel bad, sad, mad, happy? Looks like they are carrying some buckets, but it looks like there's some interesting things in those buckets. Let's see what it's about. The story is written by Carol McLeod, and it's illustrated by David Messing. Illustrated means drew the pictures. It's an important job of a book because it helps us really understand a book. Have you filled a bucket today? I'm wondering what that means. What about you? This looks like a very happy bucket. Can you see that? All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. So if you picture everyone around you, your mom, your dad, Remy, they all are carrying an invisible bucket. We can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Friends and neighbors, and all have buckets. Your bucket has a purpose. One purpose. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full. See her face? She's smiling. And you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Even the bucket's empty, sad. Other people feel the same way too. I can tell he feels happy. He's standing up straight. He's got a smile on his face. And I can tell she feels sad. Her bucket's sad. Her face looks sad. It's great to have a full bucket. Other people can fill your bucket, and you can fill theirs. You could fill your own bucket too. So, how do you fill a bucket? I don't know. Why don't you talk and think? How do you think you fill a bucket? Well, you fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. So do you see this picture right here? She's holding the umbrella for this little girl. So she's filling her bucket because she's doing something kind. And then this little girl is smiling and makes this girl feel good, so she's filling her bucket. So their buckets are getting filled together. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things for others. When you treat others with kindness and respect, you fill their bucket. She's giving her some flowers, and so her bucket's nice and filled. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's bucket dipping. See how she took some good feelings out of somebody's bucket? Bullying is bucket dipping. When you hurt others, you dip into their bucket. You also dip into your own bucket when you do that. So not only do you get someone else's good stuff out of their bucket, but your bucket gets empty too. Because it doesn't feel good when you are mean to others. Many people who dip have an empty bucket. They may think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. When you fill your own bucket, you never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. See how it goes back and forth, back and forth. I make you feel good, you make me feel good. And then our buckets are full. All day long, we're either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. What are some ways that you can fill a bucket? Can you think of some ways? Can you maybe help around the house? Can you give someone a smile? If you see someone sad, can you go over and check on them? Can you say, good morning, or good night, or I love you? All those are bucket filling. You love your family, Why not tell them you love them and why? Your caring words will fill their buckets with joy. There they go, filling those buckets. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled someone's bucket. So if you make someone smile, that means their bucket is being filled. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket and think of what you can do or say to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say, "Hi," to the bus driver. Sometimes people walk right by the bus driver and their bucket never gets filled. But if you say hi to the bus driver, then that makes them feel good and fills their bucket. They have a bucket too. You can invite the new kid at school to play with you. You're going to go to a new school, and so you'll have lots of chances to fill buckets there. You could write a thank you note to your teacher, or even a picture. There are many ways to fill a bucket. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him, or anyone really. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places for all. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. There's a picture. You can see that neighborhood is full of love. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, "I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today." And then at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? The other thing you can do is you can fill your own bucket. You can say, "Oh, I like the way I did that." Or, "I'm glad I woke up with a happy face." Or, "That felt good to go to sleep and get a good night's sleep." So you can give yourself compliments too and be nice to yourself. Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler, and that's you. They're all so happy. So that is called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? So think about it and think about what you can do to fill a bucket. And sometimes you feel like filling a bucket, and you don't have to all the time, but it is a nice thing to do. So think back to a time that you filled a bucket and see if you can do it again and again and again. All right, book number 2. This one is called Kindness is My Superpower. And this is by Alicia Ortega. And this is also a book about kindness. So I want you, when I'm reading this book, to see if you can find anyone who does some bucket filling in here. Kindness is My Superpower by Alicia Ortega. I think the words are backwards for you, but sorry. I didn't have anyone here today. I'm Lucas, just an ordinary boy. And this is Teddy, my favorite toy. This is also a rhyming book because the last word in this line rhymes with the last word in this line. I like to eat sweets, jellies, and cakes, but sometimes I make mistakes. Don't we all? Yeah, I know I make mistakes. You see, yesterday I was in a very bad mood. So sadly, I did something extremely rude. I teased my friend Lisa for wearing glasses. It made her cry for the rest of her classes. Aww, look how sad she is. So that person was being a bucket dipper, weren't they? And poor Lisa's bucket is now empty. When I got home, I was greeted by my mom. I was sad to see her face looking glum. Glum kind of means sad. Honey, you made your friend Lisa cry. Hurting people's feeling is wrong. Do you know why? You should always be kind, my dear mother said. I knew I'd done wrong, so I bowed my head like this. What does it mean to be kind? I implored. Mom hugged me tightly. When she did, my heart soared. So hugging is also another way you can fill someone's bucket, by giving them a hug, holding their hands. Kindness is shown when you say a gentle word. Be kind to your sister or even a bird. You can be kind to someone who makes you mad. You can be kind to someone who is feeling sad. Sometimes when someone is sad or mad, all they need is someone to be kind to them. Be kind and respect those who are older than you. Show respect and kindness to younger ones too. Kindness is shown helping someone in need, and kindness is shown when you do a good deed. They're all working together. Even the pup. I pondered her words and couldn't sleep all night. I wanted to be kind and genuinely polite. So right then and there, without any warning, I decided to be very kind in the morning. And that's what's fun, is you can just decide to be something. You can decide to be kind, you can decide to be sweet, you can decide to be mean. You get to make that choice at any time, at any place. And in the morning, the first thing I did when Mom made me breakfast, I told her, thank you. I changed out of my pajamas, warm, soft, and red. I put away my toys and made my own bed. So that's some bucket filling, cleaning up, getting ready on their own, saying thank you. On the bus, I behaved the best as could be. I even asked the new boy to sit next to me. At school, I helped him find his classroom too. I knew it was the very least I could do. Can you imagine how good that made the new boy feel? He was probably scared, didn't know where to go, and then this kid showed him and helped him and made him feel welcome. Switch sides. I said good morning to all my friends. I even shared my new crayons and pens. Then I saw Lisa. Her eyes still looked sad. I approached her slowly, still feeling pretty bad. I'm sorry I teased you, I said with my bent head. Lisa gave me a smile. It's okay, she said. So even though he emptied her bucket the day before, today she's filling his bucket. She accepted his apology. She forgave him. She smiled, and now his bucket is filled, and now her bucket is filled. So even if you accidentally empty someone's bucket or dip into their bucket a little bit, you can make it up and you can fill their bucket. I realized that kindness is really super cool. So I was also kind when I got out of school. Outside, I wanted to my turn on the slide, and you know what? Outside, I waited my turn on the slide, and you know what? I felt good and happy inside. So he wasn't being bossy, and he waited his turn. That's bucket filling. I was patient and kind, not angry at all, and I even found joy helping a boy find his ball. So that's the thing about bucket filling that we talked about, is not only are you filling someone else's bucket, but you're filling your own bucket when you feel good and do good things. I picked up the rubbish, even though it wasn't mine. You know what rubbish is? Rubbish is another word for garbage. Kindness and doing good deeds made my heart shine. I love going shopping with Mom to buy food. Holding open doors put me in such a good mood. Mom is another word for mom. Wonder what they call mom in Italy. Let me know. And after we bought my favorite toy and a treat, Mom and I helped an old lady cross the street. You can't see their buckets, can you? They're invisible, but they still have those invisible buckets being filled. I continue to be kind with joy and with glee, watching Dad fall asleep in front of the TV. He was sleeping on the sofa instead of his bed, so I covered him with a blanket and kissed his forehead. You can do kind things without people even knowing sometimes too. He doesn't know he did it, but he gave him a kiss and tucked him in. I helped my little sister tie her shoelace. I was glad to see the big smile on her face. You guys help each other all the time. Being kind is amazing for everyone's sake, like giving your neighbor a yummy piece of cake. I like sharing. I like to help water his flowers. It really seems kindness has magical powers. It is amazing what one kind thing can do. I no longer do mean things like before. I don't tease others, and I don't slam the door. I stop being selfish, and I share all my toys. I don't shout out loud or make too much noise. And that's another good one too, because sometimes if you are too loud and someone asks you, hey, can you be a little bit quieter, because it might hurt their ears or bother them. And then if you do that, you're filling their bucket. You're being kind because they asked you to do something. Kindness is something anyone can learn. Give to others and ask nothing in return. Helping others is simply the best thing to do. When you are kind, kindness comes back to you. This is a boomerang. So the boomerang goes out and then the boomerang comes back. That's a real toy. And it's the same thing with kindness. You put out the kindness and the kindness comes back to you. You'll see it. And then this talks about acts of kindness. That's when a kindness is done by one person without having to. You just do it because you want to. And here are some different things you can try. Leave someone a kind note. Give a compliment. I like your shirt. I like your smile. You could say, I like how you helped me with that problem. Hold the door open for someone. Do a chore for a sibling. Create a care package. Bring dinner to someone. You can donate some books. I know you did a lot of that before you left. Smile. That's easy and that's free. You don't even have to buy anything there. You can do that anytime. Clean up your room without being asked. Give a candy bar to the bus driver. Tell a family member how much you love them. Help make dinner. Pick up litter. Give a hug. Let someone get ahead of you. Hey, you can go first. Volunteer. Say thank you when you see new service members. Bake cookies for firefighters or police. And write a thank you letter. I'm sure you guys can think of so many more. I want you to think about it when you wake up. What are some kind things you're going to do? And then when you go to sleep, think about all the kind things you did and how it filled your bucket and filled everyone else's. So let me know how it goes. And I love you. And we'll see you later. Bye.